The Inside the Lyrics edition to live.21pods.com is a super scary yet super interesting place. If you have never been on there, it is still live on live.21pods.com. We also did a full walkthrough on the channel that you can go check out. But in summary, it's like this prison labyrinth underneath Edema that you walk around and take a look at all the lyrics to scale nicely. And it's really cool because you get to see this entire 3D world, but also you can see words that were crossed out that didn't make the cut for a lot of the songs to scale in Icy. And this, as soon as people saw this, they started freaking out and trying to decipher what all these words were. And someone actually took the liberty and did it and put it on the Twitter machine, and that is Clancy's Journal at FPE_art. And we're going to be spotlighting this creation that they made and help us, and maybe we can understand some of the songs within Scale Nicely and try to see the story more clearly. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well and hope it continues to go well. Anyway, make sure you go follow Clancy's Journal on the Twitter machine because they are awesome for making this. Go support them. Link down in the description box below. And let's get right into it. Here are all the original lyrics to Scale Nicely. Let's go. Thank you, car. Hope you go home safely. When Clancy's Journal posts these on Twitter, they say, finally made a list of favorite changed lyric on SAI. SAI emoji. Some of these lyrics really explain a lot more about these songs, and some of them are surprisingly heavy. So with that being said, there are two songs on here that don't have any changed lyrics. And those two songs are Saturday and Balance Man. So that means Tyler either wrote these first try and they were good, and or that these are just hidden away from us and they'll come out at a later time or never come out. We will have to see. So with that being said, we are going to start off with track number one, a very good place to start, and that is Good Day. So what we hear on the album, would you say you depend on the weather? What was initially there? Would you say Look Up to Me, Brother? Now, this is very interesting because the Tyler Joseph family dynamic is back in the spotlight. Tyler likes writing about his family, and he also writes about the clique. He also writes, but he writes a lot about his family. Like Shy Away, that whole song is Tyler's brother coming to him and say, hey, I want to watch you write a song, and that's how Shy Away happened, and that we figured that out when Shy Away first got released with some interviews that Tyler was doing. And of course, we know that Good Day is about align to yourself saying it's a good day. My Sunshine is a buzz and light. So it's very interesting that would you look up to me, brother? And I wonder how the message of the song would change then. So then we get the chorus. I know it's hard to believe me, it's a good day. And it looks like we have two initial lines for the chorus, what they could have been. So the first one, when the world doesn't see me, it's a good day. Ow, that cuts like a knife, especially to me. Man, if that would have been the lyric, super. More relatable. Like, I already relate a lot to Good Day, but man, super relatable on that one. Dang. And it would have fit in the album perfectly. Again, that Not Today vibe. Listen, I know the song's a contradictory because of how happy it sounds, but the lyrics are so down. That would have been a perfect fit in there. Then we also get, for the draft, I know you don't believe me, it's a good day. You polish that thing right up and you get, I know it's hard to believe me, but it's a good day. So that's all the lyrics we have for Good Day. Let's move on to song number two, Choker, one of my favorite songs off of I think it's my favorite song off the album. So we get Dry Us in the Sand. Initially it was supposed to be fibers on the ground. Lay the fibers side by side, you'll begin to understand. Speaking of that, and you'll begin to understand was initially supposed to be, and you'll see why I'm rapping out, which I don't understand that, so okay then. And then we get, and you'll begin to understand why. So interesting that was supposed to be there. And then we get in the second verse, seems like all I'm worth is what I'm able to withstand. Initially it was supposed to be, seems like all I'm working for could be fit inside my hands, which is kind of like a callback to Addict with a pen, and the water in his hands just going, squeezing tightly through his hands, but the water keeps going out. So almost like saying, like, all I'm working can slip through my hands. It's kind of interesting, choking on the circumstances. And then we get into the rap section. It hurts a little less and you can even push it further in. Initially, it hurts a little and you can use more aggression. So basically, hey, it's gonna hurt, but if you are super forceful on it, it's that sort of thing. And it hurts a little less even though you can push it further in. So, very, very interesting stuff there. Then we move on to Shy Away, which again, we initially discussed is about Tyler's brother in the songwriting process. Tyler's brother coming up, hey, show me how to write a song. Shy Away happens. So, first verse, when I get home, you better not be there. Initially, when I get home, boy, you better not be there, which we do hear later on in the song before we get to the screamy boy. So then we get, when we're placing bets, you won't shed your modesty. Initially, I bet you won't shed your modesty. So adding in more people in there. And that the only thing to leave behind is your own skin on the floor. Initially, and the only thing you left behind is your own skin on the floor. So slight changes in this song so far. Manifest the ceiling when you shy away. Lean into the darkness, never shy away. Now that lyric, if that was in there, we would be like super, oh, the bishops are controlling him. And like, because if Tyler leaning onto darkness is not leaning on the trash, if that makes sense. Tyler's not leaning onto his imagination, which is the dragon. He's leaning onto the dark parts of his thoughts, which is Blurryface, which is Dima, which is the bishop. So that is super, super interesting. Searching for that feeling just like an I love you. Initially, looking for some answers just like am I. Are you what, Tyler? Are you what? That you can't just stop there. He stopped there. So now we can only wonder what was supposed to be there. So we continue on, and you barely recognize the pictures they put in a frame. Initial lyric, you wonder why it looks so long for you. Again, just stopping there. And that cycle continues. Just break the cycle in half and leave your skin on the floor. Don't break it in half. The cycle takes to the floor. So that is kind of interesting. It's almost like the cycle is the lead dancer and they're coming to the floor to dance, sort of thing. And like, of course, the cycle being in the spotlight because it's all about the cycle just keeps going around and around and around. You can't escape the cycle. So some interesting stuff there. I also hope that as we go along, you make any connections, you are leaving them down in the comment section below, because I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Literally, this is kind of like my initial read through of these, gathering my thoughts together. So I would love to hear what you are thinking as well. So then we move on to The Outside, a lot of people's favorite songs off of this album. So, singing out up and down. In my dreams, I see up and down. So, Tyler does dream. Okay. Everybody stand in line one by one, take a hit, join the club. However, I'm surrounded by robots with evil eyes. I kind of want to hear this version of The Outside, just to hear. Now, evil robots with evil eyes are the bishops robots? Are the bishops robots? That would be an interesting thing. Meteoric rise of prehistoric times. My meteoric rise meets prehistoric times. Slightly changed there. Now that a meteor is coming. Now that the meteor is ripping through the sky, switching up on me, fuel efficiency. Tried to switch it up on me, that can fuel efficiency. On fumes I am running. They stop making what I run on. That's kind of interesting. They stop making what I run on. That's just an interesting thing. If, like, you know, we are taking these initial lyrics to mean anything about the songs, which I totally am. Interesting. So, just repeat the last verse twice. Last verse had different second half instead of repeating. I'm on the outside in the summer sun. Limited auditions, #1. I'm gonna be... My time has come. I'm vibing. I'm on the outside in the summer sun. Limited auditions, #1. I'm gonna be my time has come. I'm vibing. That is super interesting, and I don't know why. It gives me John Cena rap vibes. I don't know. John Cena has a rap album, and unironically, I listened to it a lot when I was a kid because I am a wrestling fan, and I was super back in wrestling back then. But I don't know why. I think it's just my time has come. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now. But interesting stuff there. So now we get on to Never Take It. So, keep the truth in quotations, which was initially supposed to be, they control the... What do they control, Tyler? Please finish yourself. Because they keep lying through their fake teeth, because they are lying through their fake teeth. Just a little polish up there. They profit from a great divide. You and I will never take it. Initially was supposed to be trying to keep a great divide left and right. We'll never take it. Now, no political comments in the comment section, please. This is a political free channel. However, man, if those were the lyrics, dang. Like, I accept that it's about the media. A lot of people accept that it's about the media. And this does go with the media theme against it. But man, if those were the lyrics, man, okay. So again, the Mulberry Street, another favorite of the album. Tie strings to our hands and feet was initially supposed to be tie strings to our limbs. Not exactly as descriptive as hands and feet. I'll listen for a song in the distance. I'll float down a road in my head. Now this is interesting because there are, of course, a lot of roads in 21 Pilots music, but I think the road we are all thinking of when we hear this is the road in Heavy Dirty Soul, as well as in the Jumpsuit music video, because it was at the very beginning of the Jumpsuit music video and the ending, because they take place basically in the same location with the same car. That is a very interesting thing. It's like he thinks about that moment on a lot, and there's something at the end of that road he's been trying to get to, whether that be where he initially came from or where he was going, which he's going to Demas was probably where he came from. So then we get into Formidable, because you seem to know where you want to go, was initially supposed to be, because you seem to know where you want to be. Fast forward 13 years now, fast forward several years now. 14 years makes us wonder even more. However, several years now, we would still have no idea what the song was about, because we have no idea now. I'm afraid of you now more than I was at first. Was initially supposed to be, I'm afraid of you now like you scared me at first. Now, this could be several things, including trash, his imagination, because man, imagination is super scary because of all the things you can think of. However, the fans could also be the click, could be this, because like, man, have you seen us? We are heathens. Like some of the stuff we put on Twitter, man, jeez. But I digress. Then we get into No Chances. We talked about No Chances being of the point of view of the Bishops, but in the point of view of the Banditos last night. It's very confusing what I just said, but make sure to go check it out on the channel, as well as a video we did talking about how No Chances could possibly be about trash. Now let's get into No Chances when it comes to the lyrics. So, first verse. Initially, it was supposed to be, the first verse had a different draft originally. Flamethrower and then a switchblades like a flip-flop. We switch lanes coming at you every single way, which this is my house, my feng shui. When you trip, your face scripts through grip tape. Now, interesting thing there, like a flip-flop when we switch lanes. They say stay in your lane, boy, but we go where we want to. So, get the door, blow you away. I'm gonna get the door, then blow you away. Flamethrower, you a switchblade. I got a flamethrower, you got a switchblade. I'm a flamethrower, you a switchblade. So, he just kind of refined that and just with, you know what, let's just talk about flamethrower and a switchblade. We'll just leave it at that. Feet planted on grip tape with my shoulders square and my back straight. Both feet planted on grip tape, my shoulders squared and my back straight. So, like I said, just a lot of these are just refined versions of what we eventually got. When I get home, we want you home in one piece now. Initially, we want you home for. We want you home for what, Tyler? Like, just some of these just makes me wonder, what do you want them home for? Do you want them for neon gravestones? Do you want them for a ritual within Dima? The ritual of the glorified? What do you want them for? That is super interesting. And then we get to redecorate. So no doubt this is going to be a little bit depressing, so proceed with caution. So it's interesting because the title was either going to be Redecorate or Display. So taking inventory of his life was initially taking inventory of my life. A lot of people pointed this out within the lyric video of Redecorate when it first came out, because it was all handwritten. You can see all the stuff scratched out. This is the most readily available one. You can just watch the lyric video and see all of this. You'll need to go to live.21pods.com site, but if you do go in that room, it's just all of this. It's just a whole room full of Redecorate pages. So, orders from that corner where the shadow always lived initially was orders from that corner where that shadow always cast. Never asked permission, I just hopes that they forgive. Then he stared at the bottle. We start getting more into the substance abuse side of this, much like how the album, like Good Day, The Outside, and even Choker has just like those themes of substance abuse, whether it be a buzz in the light, a smoking secondhand, or take a hit one by one, join the club, and now we get then you stare at the bottle. I don't want to leave like this. It was supposed to be, I don't want to leave it like this. So, then one night she got cold with no blankets on her bed. She ripped them off the mirrors. Initially, when she changed her clothes, it was her only escape, and she felt that she could never truly be forgiven. So she pawned off all the evidence that she ever existed. Deep. Like, this one, it's hard for me to give like every single one of these. I was able to like give my gut reaction to this, but like with this, I would just need to sit with it for a bit, because with the Redecorate, it's just deep, and like for most people, knife, heart, it's cutting open, and dang. So she stepped back and she said, she took a deep breath, then she said, stared back and she said, he might have made it if he lived on a different street. He might have made it if he lived on another street. And of course, this street is most likely Mulberry Street. And it's just interesting. Like, the Redecorate, like this whole section, gonna need some time with. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of me talking and we didn't really go in super deep with anything, but I really didn't have a lot of time, and unfortunately have to do something relatively soon, which is why we got this kind of video today. But if you have any good theories, let me know down in the comment section below, as well as what you want to see on the channel next, as well as what you think all of these lyrics mean in terms of the album. Because like I said, this is pretty crazy. But anyway, guys, I really hope you have a good day today. Have a good rest of your day. If you're having a bad day, you know what? It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have like these low energy days, but there's always tomorrow. There's always going to be another day around the corner, as Tyler so kindly puts it. The sun will rise and we will try again. And in the words of Les Mis for the cast at the very end, the darkest nights will end, the sun will rise. Tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow will be good. Make tomorrow a good day, and I'll make sure to see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. I really appreciate you, and don't take you guys for granted. Everything I do for you all, and thank you for being here. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go edit this video and do a thing I have to do in 10 minutes. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, and good night, but more importantly, have a good day. I'll see you later.